Another very early start for the bikers this morning as they reached the start line before 7 a.m. But on paper, this would be an easier day in the saddle.
Hopefully today there's less dust and we can push a little bit faster. Some new sand today, so a little bit of moisture underneath, so it'll be interesting to see how wet it even is out there, but I'm happy to be at the start for stage 8.
So far, the world champion Luciano Benavides is enjoying week 2 much more than he enjoyed week 1. We're starting second today, so we'll have to be careful with navigation, and we'll try to push as hard as possible and enjoy a good stage. Nacho Cornejo preparing to open the piece for the 3rd time at this Dakar after picking up another stage win yesterday. It's never easy to open. We'll try to do a good job and not lose too much time. We're currently 3rd and there's a big battle up front, but we'll keep fighting every day and give our best until the end. This is a stage of 2 halves, sand and dunes for 165 kilometres before a long transfer to the second part, which will be in more rocky and mountainous terrain. If you subtract the transfer from the special, it's a total of 279k against the clock, so even with a few tricky notes, there shouldn't be huge gaps at the finish. We start with some on-board shots from Oran O'Kelly, the first Irishman to do the Dakar in over a decade. He is competing with the Vendetta Racing UAE team, having sold a business back home to pursue his Dakar dream. O'Kelly is currently running 58th overall. A bit further up the Rally 2 ladder we find Diego Llanos, an Argentine who came 26th on his debut 2 years ago. A friend of the Benavides brothers, Diego is riding for X-Raid's Experience and he's targeting the top 10 in Rally 2. What do you know? He currently sits 10th in the class. Mathieu Devers was the quickest Rally 2 rider yesterday, coming in a minute and a half ahead of the class leader Romain Dumontier. The Frenchman had another solid outing today, placing 17th on 2 wheels. In a bit of a pickle here, but Devers is enjoying a nice battle with his teammates from Bass World KTM, Tony Mullets and Bradley Cox. They're just ahead of him in the overall standings. Jacob Argybright impressed on his debut last year, finishing 22nd. Unfortunately though, he tumbled down the standings after breaking his chain guide on stage 3. He is still plugging away for the Dust team and came 16th today. One of America's most talented bikers is still getting to grips with Rally Raid, but remember the name. The fastest Rally 2 rider today was Harit Noah, who finished over a minute clear of Jean-Louis Lepont. His good pal Mason Klein was on hand to offer congratulations back at the bivouac.
And I know I won the Rally 2, I get that. But yeah, it's a good feeling for sure. I definitely feel much confident, a lot more confident on the bike, confident with myself, and yeah, just doing what I do.
Bad news though for Niels Terek. After running into mechanical trouble yesterday, the Frenchman set off today in the Dakar Experience class. That allows amateurs to keep enjoying the adventure in Saudi without being part of the official standings. But the same problem struck again, and it's not easy to fix an engine in the desert. Terek is now out for good. But this pair will be fighting tooth and nail all the way to Yanbu. Our top 2 overall, Ricky Brabeck and Ross Branch, were separated by the narrowest of margins this morning, just a single second. Branch says it's all about just finishing every day, while Ricky wasn't too impressed with some of the tactical games to improve starting positions tomorrow. Brabeck 7th, Branch 8th. The American now leads by 42 seconds. Rui Gonçalves is no longer a part of the overall conversation after running into major technical trouble during the 48-hour chrono stage, but the Sherco factory rider has made a positive start to the second week. He was 6th fastest today. The Portuguese rider made a few mistakes while trying to combine speed and navigation, but he's happy with the bike and trying to maintain a good pace for the rest of the rally. It's a measure of Nacho Cornejo's talent as a navigator that he only lost 1 minute and 42 seconds today in spite of setting off first. Yes, it was a shorter stage, and yes, he did take over 3 minutes in bonuses, but the Chilean explained that when he's opening, he is capable of intense concentration. He focuses on himself, on the bike and on the roadbook, and so far it's paid off. He's third overall. Adrian van Beveren definitely cut the most frustrated figure at the finish line. The Frenchman made a tactical gamble today which backfired. He saw that he had one of the best times at refuelling and decided to deliberately stop, the theory being that he would lose enough time to set off after his main rivals tomorrow. No such luck though, AVB came third and will no doubt have his work cut out for him on stage 9. Basically, I wanted to finish 5th or 6th, and I thought that I would be around there, but I came third, and I threw away a stage win. I don't really like that aspect of this sport. I'm really unhappy with how the day went. Luciano Benavides did a fine job though, battling through the early dunes and camel grass to catch up with Nacho up at the front. The world champion had one small crash towards the finish, but generally he was very satisfied with the performance and with how the second week has started with his new bike setup. Second place today, although he is nearly 40 minutes back overall. Well, it turned out to be a Benavides 1-2 for the first time on the Dakar, as Luciano's brother Kevin took the honours. The Argentine said it was an interesting day out with lots of varied terrain, and despite his injury woes in the build-up to the rally, you can't count the defending champion out. He's now 20 minutes back. I'm happy with the stage victory, and getting a 1-2 with my brother Luciano was really nice. Tomorrow I'll have to open, but there are 4 days left. We have to try to improve every day. Everything's possible until the final meter. 31 seconds separating the Benavides brothers on the day. Toby Price came 5th, with Daniel Sanders and Stefan Zvitko also inside the top 10. Brabeck and Branch are still separated by under a minute, followed by Cornejo and Van Beveren, and keep an eye on Benavides, who is lurking just over 20 minutes back in 5th. With 3 of their riders in the top 4, the Monster Energy Honda team mechanics are being kept very busy on this Dakar. Let's find out a little bit more about what their job involves.